Today, I want to tell you about a park that I came across in Hong Kong. One that is a perfect example of how petty-minded government officials spend their time trying to find new ways to fuck up the lives of the honest hard-working folk. Welcome to Statue Square Gardens. This tiny piece of dystopia measures only 70 meters by 70 meters. The sole purpose of this tiny piece of land is to help the people of Hong Kong to continue to feel oppressed by their former British colonial overlords. Statues of Queen Victoria and some of her inbred relatives stare down from their plinths upon their former fiefdom. These are the very people that started the Opium Wars, wreaking so much destruction all across Asia and enabled history's greatest ever drug barons to profiteer from the complete clusterfuck that ensued. Chief among these government-enabled drug lords was William Jardine. His company is still around today. It is still a major operator of Hong Kong government services and, best of all, still uses the opium poppy as its logo. How splendid! It is so gratifying to know that in our modern age, that government and drug pushers are prevented from colluding in such a cynical fashion. Okay. Let's get back to the story. In Hong Kong, the British even built statues for old bank managers, which seems very sensible. I would now like to invite you to participate in a very brief scientific experiment. Statue Square Gardens also has another tourist attraction: its fantastic collection of signs. There are metal signs. Wow! There are plastic signs. There are laminated signs. There are signs stuck to posts. Some signs are long. Some are improvised. And some are even stuck on cones. An almost endless, mind-boggling list of things that people are not allowed to do. There are more than 80 pieces of fucked up signage here. A true dystopia, but in miniature. And conveniently located so that the people of Hong Kong can spend the little amount of free time they have enjoying these amenities. And to help people to not forget the long list of rules, there are some handy park wardens here. In fact, there are 3 of them, just for this tiny space. I bet this is where they print and laminate those wonderful signs. Here we can see the majestic Chief Warden in action. And also we can see some poor overworked Hong Konger, who probably works for minimum wage, in one of Central District's many overpriced restaurants. Has just been fined about 20% of his monthly salary for smoking about 2 meters inside the park boundaries. He must have really appreciated that. Did you know that the British started the Opium Wars in retaliation for the Chinese authorities destroying 1.3 tons of smuggled opium? Using their much more advanced weapon systems, the British soon defeated the Chinese. Using a process known, euphemistically as, gunboat diplomacy, they negotiated China handing over Hong Kong, and also a $21 million compensation payment for the lost opium. $21 million today might not sound like a princely sum, but to put this into context, and adjust for inflation, this represents over $750 billion in 2023 adjusted figures. That is one fuck of a tax bill. Thank you for watching my little video. Please help me to beat the YouTube algorithm by pressing the like button, and if you want to watch more of this kind of video, just subscribe to be notified of new content.